Guys, welcome back to the channel. So what we're going to be doing today is reacting to Neil Lennons' quite absurd, is that the right word choice? His interview that he done in regards to the Dubai trip, right? So I've heard wee bits about it, but basically we're going to get straight into it. Listen to what he has to say. Is it right? I'll listen to it for the first proper time. I've heard what he said, but I've not actually watched it. I've not watched the interview itself.
Tensions. The lads had one day off. They got into Dubai at 7 in the morning, and they were entitled to a bit of downtime. It's not as if they were doing a conga in a dressing room, dancing the baccarat, or travelling up and down a train journey from London to Glasgow with COVID. So I think we've been harshly treated. I want to apologise to our supporters for the fallout. It shouldn't be Peter that had to do it. It should have been me. It was my decision, along with the backroom team, the medical staff, sports science, to go with the best intentions for the benefit of the team going forward for the second half of the season. Unfortunately, it's not worked out that way. We've had one positive test, but that shows that our protocols were very good out of a group of 60-odd people. So I think the fallout from this has been...
First of all, yes, I understand that you're saying the protocol was good, right? We can't exactly analyse that because we didn't see exactly where the Celtic players were at all times. However, regardless, I want to make a statement quite clear right now. Yes, they got the authorisation, so we can't exactly go against the full trip to Dubai, but under the circumstances of the fact it's been a horrible season so far, is it really worth the risk of going abroad and getting such bad media criticism for this? It putting yourselves at more risk of travelling and bringing something back. It would be different if someone in the Celtic team caught it over here because they're at home, they're at their workplace. But did it? Yes, under authorisation, they had every right to go, but that doesn't make it physically right to go. You need to use your own initiative.
You know, way too much and a bit of bullying going on. And we've been held to a far higher standard than any other club. End of the day, we've gone out there with the best intentions, professional, just like other clubs are doing at the minute. Actually,
I don't deny they went out with the best intentions possible and understand the lockdown had not happened before they left, but when it happened a day later, personally, from my perspective, and I'm sure a lot of Celtic fans will agree, they should have used their initiative to then return and fly back to Scotland.
We were out there and speaking to the manager of the training complex, and he was saying, look, if there's a circuit break in England, you know, we've had some inquiries from English clubs as well. You know, Zenit St. Petersburg are out there now. So it wasn't just exclusive to Celtic going out there. You know, other clubs use the facility because it's world class. I do regret that we have to have stayed here and maybe had an outbreak, but because our protocols are so good, we've been able to quell that. In terms of the trip itself, we felt really good on the way back. We felt we had a great week, quality of work, you know, physical and mentally really good coming back and looking forward to the second half of the season. But, you know,
fair enough that they felt good mentally and physically coming back for that trip, but it didn't work out that way, did it? All that training, all that effort that they put in for half the team to isolate, was it really worth it, Neil?
You know, this thing is sort of taken off and we've been shot at from all sides. Rightly or wrongly, you know, you all have your own opinions, morally or professionally. But my intention from November, when this was first mooted, was it was to be the best thing to do at the time. The players were sitting in a bar. For me, they weren't on top of one another. They weren't. We were outside in our bubble, you know, having a beer for half an hour. This has been made out to be something that it's not. And like I said, we weren't doing a Conga, 20-man Conga, which was lauded by all and sundry because Scotland qualified for the Euros.
Right, I totally understand his perspective in that part, right? Fair enough, they got a couple of photos took where they were at a pub, etc. Of course, they're not going to be training every minute of the hour. They're going to, of course, have a wee bit of rest time, a bit of team bonding. And of course, the media, of course, have exaggerated certain parts of it. But matter of the story is, they shouldn't have went in the first place. They should have used an initiative. Fair enough, they had, like I said, the authorisation to go, but as soon as the lockdown happened, for me personally, if I was manager, I would have turned the team right around and had a one-day trip and brought them straight back, because it's going to look worse when they come back, and it did look worse when they came back because they stayed it out.
Our players weren't behaving like that at all. And like I say, 80% of them are teetotal. So for anyone to call it a jolly, to take photographs in Dubai without someone's consent. But however, we weren't hiding anything. We weren't up to anything. We were out there sitting there on our day off, having travelled all through the night, which again is our problem, not anybody else's. But it was impossible to do any training the next day. So they were given some downtime like we all were. And this has been a stick to beat us with, these photographs, and it's completely preposterous. But you show me anyone who is doing the right things. So, for example, when we play...
Quick one again. I don't think that the photos being took, or if it's right or wrong to take the photos, if it's illegal, I still don't agree that that's the issue. And not yet has he once apologised. I understand that Peter Lawwell came out and apologised. He understood that it should never have happened. He done the right thing. However, for some reason, Neil Lennons now stood in and says Peter shouldn't have been the one to actually apologise. It should have been him. Yet, I've not even actually heard an apology from him. So, I think he's going through a bit of a rough time. His head's all over the place. He doesn't understand what to say now, because not only has it been a horrible season, this just adds on to it, and he must be pretty much out of excuses. Anything to think about.
We played Hibs, we had to bus 6 players in 2 buses because we were told now that that's the way it has to be. 3 people on a 52-seater bus. That's not been going on throughout the season. We've been going to away grounds where we're cramped in like sardines, Boxing Day at Hamilton. There's no social distancing there, no physical distancing, so it's inconsistent. Protocols of different clubs are inconsistent. Go to St Johnstone, all crammed into a little dressing room, inconsistent. As soon as Celtic are deemed to do something.
I get what he's saying. All the players are crammed into a dressing room, etc. But they're of the one workplace, so necessarily there actually isn't anything wrong with that. That's not against protocols. They're in the same workplace, they play football together. They're of course going to get changed together. Mixing in with other teams, however, would be a different scenario, so I don't agree with that.
Something wrong? Bang. You're all wanting blood. It's absolutely scandalous. The whole squad's negative, bar 2 players. I think that's remarkable. And I think it totally blows out of the water the way the trip, the way the training camp has been portrayed by certain quarters of the media, by certain pundits, and by certain government officials as well. We did not abuse any privilege. We did the right things. We were absolutely, totally professional. We had a little drink in the afternoon on a day off, completely allowed, no law breaking. Yet no, we come back to this barrage of absolute hypocrisy.
I can understand why he was getting defensive, but at the end of the day, they had the authorisation to go, which is why he's getting defensive. But like I said at the start of the video, guys, he didn't have to go. That doesn't still make it right to go, because not only, like I said, has it been a horrible season, it's now added extra negative kind of aspects onto the season itself and all. Do you know what I mean? But guys, whatever you think of the situation itself, understand that they probably did follow protocols at the time, which is fair enough, but it's now brought another damper where, because they've went abroad, because they came back when the lockdown's been on, It's not only caused isolation, a player did catch it. Now another player's caught it now since coming back for Dubai, so 2 players have actually had it, and I've got no doubt in my mind that someone else is going to catch it in the team as well, which then results in players having to isolate, not being able to play, drop a points, which has happened the last 2 weeks because we haven't had a full squad, we've not had a striker. But guys, hit that subscribe button and put in the comments below what you think of the trip to Dubai itself.